Hey everybody, good to see you. Thank you for waiting, and I apologize that it took a little bit to get on here. I was just chatting with Marissa's mom for a moment before we got started. I'm just going to welcome everybody in. I want to first and foremost say thank you to Duchess Discussions. If someone could please drop her link in my chat, it would be so greatly appreciated. I found out about Marissa through Duchess the other day. She had Marissa's mom on live the other night, and I just happened to come across the stream, and there I saw a woman begging for help for her daughter. And I want to thank Duchess for getting this story out there. If it weren't for Duchess, I would have never heard about Marissa. So now I can bring this story out to you guys, and whoever else can pick up this story and get her face, her information out there is going to be so helpful in finding her. So I'm going to pin right here. Casey K, thank you. Marissa Carmichael, her last contact was at January 14th, 2024. She went missing from Greensboro, North Carolina. She's 25 years old. She has black hair with black and blonde braids, brown eyes. You can call Crime Stoppers at 1-336-373-1000, and that's scrolling across the bottom of my screen here. I know I have a lot of friends down there in that area and in the communities that I've frequented throughout my days on YouTube. There are a lot of people out there who may hear about this, may have seen something, may be familiar with the area, and all of that matters. So thank you, everybody. Hi, Marigold. Good to see you. Cheesecake Mafia is sharing her info as well. Brandy, hi, and thank you for being here. She says, Marissa is my friend. I worked with her at Waffle House for a long time. This is personal to me because now money's hard. So Harley Davis is another woman who's also missing. I found out about this short time ago, and I'm going to share her info as well. I have her missing flyer, and we are going to talk about her. So thank you, Brandy, for being here, and I'm very, very sorry that you're missing your friends. Hi, Sara. Good to see you. Duchess, you're very welcome. So let's see here. I don't want to waste too much time because I want to make sure that this is easy, especially on the replay, for people to absorb. And Sarah is going to be joining us in just a few minutes. We've been working on this for a couple days, ever since Duchess's live the other night, and there's a group of us that are very committed to helping. So I ask that anybody who would be willing to share this information, who has a channel, please do that. This is a mother of 5 children, and her family really misses her. So let me take this down off the screen so that you guys can see this. I'm going to make this poster that Dutch made full screen for you. She's a beautiful girl. I have a lot of photos I'm going to share of her also. Yeah, many prayers to anyone who loves her. Okay. You guys grab that, please. Thank you. So I'm going to start by sharing first a news broadcast so you guys can all hear how this all began, okay? And then her mom's going to be joining us in just a few minutes. So bear with me just one moment.
Now a triad family is looking for a missing mother of 5. Our Devontae McKenneth joins us now in studio with where she was last seen. Devontae.
Lindsay, Marissa Carmichael is a 25-year-old mother of 5, and she went missing Sunday night at an Exxon gas station on West Market Street there in Greensboro. According to her family tonight, Marissa went to the gas station after leaving a nightclub. At the Exxon, she called 911 saying she had been robbed. 12 investigators obtained that 911 call from police.
I don't know where I am in Greensboro. I just got all my stuff throughout the car. He took off with my phone. I have no clue where I'm at.
It is still unclear how she got a phone to make that call to 911. We reached out to police for more details about their investigation into what happened here, but they have not provided any further details. Her sister says it's not like Marissa to disappear, and she just wants her home safely.
We know you want to come home, and we really need you to come home, because you know you would never ever do this type of thing ever.
Marissa has long black and blonde braids. She has a heart-shaped tattoo on her face and a butterfly tattoo near her eye. If you have any information about her whereabouts tonight, call Greensboro Guilford Crime Stoppers. That number you see there, 336-373-1000. Kenny.
So I'm going to share a couple of these with you guys, okay? And just give you a bit of backstory behind how this all came to be today.
Family wants to know what happened to their daughter. Greensboro police say Marissa Carmichael disappeared after going out with a friend last Saturday. Questions remain about what happened next. WFMY News 2's Nick Norman spoke to the woman's mother, who's desperate for answers.
That's right, Sydney. Marissa Carmichael has been missing for nearly 3 days. The mother of 5 hasn't been seen since early Sunday morning. Her family members are doing what they can to find her. A family in shambles.
We need more help because she is out there somewhere.
They're searching for 25-year-old Marissa Carmichael, a High Point daughter, sister, and mother.
She would not put us through this worry. She would not miss being with her kids.
Her mother, Sara Carmichael, says Marissa went to a club in downtown Greensboro Saturday night, just hours before she was last seen. Family members say she left the club with someone and ended up at a gas station on West Market Street. At some point, family say she got into an argument with the person, so she called 911 saying she'd been robbed. They say she eventually got into a car with someone else and hasn't been seen since. Not only does her mother fear for her life,
even if it's not good, we need to know. We need to know.
She worries about Marissa's 5 children.
She's a good person, and I cannot have my grandbaby not have their mom.
She has a message for Marissa.
We're looking for you. Just contact us. Just contact us. Contact the police. Contact somebody. So many people are looking for you. We love you, and we miss you.
Greensboro police are investigating. I spoke to the workers at the gas station tonight. They tell me they're not aware of the situation, but there are missing posters on the front of the door in case anyone has seen Marissa Carmichael.
I'm going to pull up the next one. Her mom is devastated.
So, let me go on my videos. We're at the beach, me and Marissa on that picture. Really close.
Holding back tears, Sara Carmichael scrolls through some of her favorite memories.
She make people laugh. She can turn like the littlest thing into a lot of fun.
She says her daughter, Marissa, has always been like a best friend.
We always kept in touch. We never went hours, more than hours, without being in touch.
Until the early morning of January 14th. The 25-year-old had gone to the 117 Sofa Bar and Lounge in Greensboro, North Carolina with friends. At some point, the friends left, texting Marissa, "See you in the AM." And Marissa reportedly got a ride to an after-hours party at this home. Police crime scene technicians later scoured the home for any evidence about what happened to Marissa. The only thing known for certain, she placed a 911 call around 3:40 in the morning from this Exxon.
I don't know where I am in Greensboro. I just got all my stuff throughout the car. He took off with my phone. I have no clue where I'm at. I have no numbers.
Her mom now believes it was part of a setup to leave Marissa stranded and vulnerable.
He told me to come into the store and grab and took off on me, and I don't know where I'm at. I'm in the middle of Greensboro. He took my phone. I don't have my phone.
When Greensboro police arrived 40 minutes later, the clerk said Marissa had gotten a ride with another customer. Her mother says Marissa tried to call her 2 more times that night from someone else's phone. She turned that number over to police.
And I think when she was reaching out and calling, she was figuring out, okay, he's really maybe not bringing me home at this point.
Friends and family gathering in orange t-shirts, Marissa's favorite color, pledging to keep attention on her case.
It's exhausting. It really is. It's tiring. We just want her home. We miss her.
She's very optimistic. She's just a great person all the way around. And we just need to get her home. We just need to get her home.
Police released an update on Facebook February 7th, saying the department is increasingly concerned for Marissa's welfare. Sara Carmichael, frustrated. She says with all the cameras on Sentry around the Exxon, how can police not know more about the person who took her daughter?
Amazing how he just showed up at the Exxon as soon as she had been dumped out by the other guy.
She says she's done her own investigation and believes the man Marissa left the Exxon with may be involved in sex trafficking, and her daughter is still nearby, alive. She hopes someone will spot Marissa's distinctive tattoos and make the call that returns the young mom of 5 to her family. Until then, a message for her daughter.
I'm not giving up. I'm working every day, and we're looking for you. We're trying to find you. We're not giving up.
Criminology asks, why do they think she has no access to family or friends? Because she doesn't have her phone. She used a phone to call 911. Maybe she can get access to another phone if she is not deceased. And that's what we're hopeful for, that at some point she will be able to have access to a phone. They don't know where she is, if she's being held somewhere. I know that her mom has stated that she believes she is or could be a victim of human trafficking. She's very worried about that. So it may be possible that she does not have access to a phone. Presley says, I believe Sean holds all the answers. So Sunshine Girl answers criminology. She didn't have her phone, so she didn't know anyone's number to call for help. She also wasn't familiar with the area that she was left in. And that's a great point as well. Her contacts, she doesn't have. So she wasn't able to call her mom's phone number without her phone. I'm going to add her mom to the stream. She's in my backstage. So if you guys would all please welcome Sara to the panel. She's going to keep her camera off to preserve her battery when she was on Dutch's. Hey, Sara.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
I'm okay. I'm drained.
Yeah, I understand you are. I'm glad that you're here with us, and we're going to try all we can to get this story out there and get your daughter's face and information out there. All it takes is one set of eyes. We never know who might have seen something, who may know something, and we have a great community here who, you know, there's a lot of really helpful creators out there outside myself. There's so many people who could pick this up and speak about her and really spread the word for you guys.
Yes,
So do you want to give a little bit of a backstory and a timeline from your own standpoint as her mom?
yes, and also this is the timeline from Greensboro Police Department.
Okay.
She got at the 117. She had been here that day. I wasn't well, so I was napping on the couch. She was getting prepared to do third shift at Waffle House, and so she napped on the couch with me. Well, her friend, let's say person one, had talked to her in her ear about going out, going to the club. So she agreed. They left and went to the club. Got to the club around 11, and at this point, I'm being told that they had separated. But there's text messages that I've uncovered that states that she wasn't separated at that time from her friend. And
Okay.
then she went to the Gorell Street, the Airbnb, around 2 in the morning, and she was sitting there trying to charge her phone. So at about 3:30 or so, they went to the Exxon, which is about a block away. That's her at the Exxon. Her purse in that photo is still missing. And
So this photo here that we have on the screen, I don't want to interrupt you. This is the last photo of your daughter, and this is at the Exxon gas station, and her purse is here with her. This is what she was
yes,
wearing.
yes. And so she made the 911 call because he had told her to get it. He was supposed to, but he had told her to get out of the car and go buy something. And when she got out to go in the store, he threw her purse out, but took off with her phone. And so, with her phone being charged, he knew she was going to be contacting somebody to get home. So that enabled her. The whole time, person three, we all know who that is. Person three is Sean. She called 911. He's in the background on the full 911 call, and he's saying, "You need a ride." She said, "To my house." And she got in the car, and it's on the Exxon video, and nothing has been seen of her since.
So she got in the car and that was it. No word from her. And how are, how is the man behaving that she was taken away from the gas station? How is he behaving?
He he's trying to comply, but he is a person of interest, and when you go by the book, I guess it's not like on TV. It takes a while to get you know warrants and things like that. We've kept an eye on him. Our group, Missing Person Foundation, watching it because I thought if we watched him, it would lead me to Marissa. So we
Mhm.
staked out motels, and but his activities are strange. It's a lot of women from motel to motel, switching out from car to car. So that's what made me think. And he'd been stalking Marissa for about 3 years, and um, I wasn't aware of that until after the fact.
And this is a photo of Marissa and you. I love this photo. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So when you found out about this, who did you find out from that that there was an actual problem? Was it in the morning when you woke up?
Yeah, she and after going through Marissa's some of her messages, I seen where she had messaged my other daughter, Emma, "Don't tell mom." I don't want her worried. So I thought she was at work. And I put my phone in my room on charger and laid on the couch and fell asleep. So when I woke up, I had asked her friend Janaja, "Where's Marissa? Did she work a double?" Because sometimes she would do a double. And she said, "Oh no, we went to the club. She's not home." And I'm just thinking, you're laying in her bed sleeping. You know she's not here. And she said, "I'm gonna go find her," and then left. And she had been living with us, and never came back. Left all her belongings here at my house.
So Denijah came home, slept in Marissa's bed, and just went right to sleep. Woke up.
Yeah.
He found out
And
she never came back.
Marissa made contact with her from Sean's car and stating that she needed, to get home. Her phone had been taken. At this time, Janaja was still in Greensboro, and moments later, she took an Uber here back to her house, and I have that in a screenshot, her Uber ride. And then Marissa did call my phone at 6 in the morning, and I was in a different room. I didn't hear it. That's how I was able to get in touch with Sean, was looking at the missed call on my phone. And also Marissa at 6:23 in the morning called her dad's phone and said, "Hey Dad, is Janaja there? I need to talk to her." And he took the phone upstairs and they had a brief 2-minute conversation, and she hung up the phone and went back to sleep. And so there's several times in there that she could have woke me up and alerted me that there was something going on. Marissa wasn't at work. Her phone had been stolen. She was stranded. She never did.
Okay. So my friend Brian here has a question, the status of the father, and I believe maybe he's talking about the father of her children.
He is looking. He's out with his friends. They're looking. He is also doing a lot with, getting the kids with him.
Mm-hmm.
He was he was here a few weeks ago to check in on me, and he's just really, when you cry and the crying is not enough, and you wail and you make a noise. I've never heard that kind of noise come out of him, and I can tell he's really hurting.
I imagine he is. And does he have the kids right now? Is he taking care of the kids?
They're in CPS.
Okay.
With my health, I can't have them, and so he's working on getting them.
Okay, good. I'm glad. So the Exxon, the Exxon that she was last seen at, that was I forget the address now, 809 East Market. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so
West
and that's
Market.
in, okay, oh, it's West Market. 809 West Market Street or East Market?
Yes.
Okay. And that's in Guilford County, North Carolina, so Greensboro. And Marissa is not from Greensboro. She's from High Point, North Carolina.
Yes.
So she had gone out in a different area, and so she's missing from that area, but not to be confused with where her home is. I'm just going to go through, do we have a pic of Sean? Do we have a pic of Sean? I know we have a pic of number 3.
That's Sean.
Okay. Let me see if I can grab that. I don't think I sent that one to myself, but I can go get it. Yes, Brian, I'm going to get that for you. Hey, Cotton Candy Boobs, how are you? Do they know what kind of car? Yeah, that's a great question, Deborah. What do you have a car description?
I'm waiting to watch this video. The detectives are checking with the police lawyers, but from what I told, and when the people have followed him, it's a 2007-8 black Lexus. with expired tags from 2020.
Okay. I'm going to get you the pictures, Brian. I'm going to work on that right now. She is so beautiful. Prayers Marissa is found. Yeah, a lot of prayers are needed for her. Thank you for being here, pretty sweet pea. Good to see you. Hi, Mrs. Fletcher. Blackhawk says that gas station is right up the road from A&T.
Yes.
So they're familiar with the area.
Right across from Cumberland Apartments, where Sean had said to the detectives he dropped her off there, but he did not. He said she was in his car only 30 minutes, but she got in his car right after the 911 call at about 3:50, and the last call she made off of his phone was 6:23. So she definitely was in his car way more than 30 minutes. And he
Okay.
told me things, and then he went and told the detectives the exact opposite of anything he told me.
Do you know what was opposite from what he told you and what he told the detective?
He gave me an address to come pick her up, and it was a Sheets. That wasn't his house. He said it was his house. Then he said she had went for a walk. Then he said that she was taking a nap. She's not going for a walk in the freezing cold without a coat. She doesn't like
Right.
the cold. Then he told the detectives I drove her around 30 minutes looking for her phone and then dropped her off at Cumberland Apartments because she has family there. She has no family there. She could have walked from the Exxon to the Cumberland Apartments. She wouldn't have needed to got in his car if she had family there.
That's a really good point. Presley asks, how did Sean know she was at the store if Moneybag Guy left her there?
Well, she pinged her location. Now, Marissa is the only female he followed, and he's been to her work, calling her work to see if she was there, just kind of stalking her. And she had mentioned a guy that was bothering her, and she had told him, she just wasn't looking for any relationship. But she pinged Catch Me at 117. He hearted it, and he was there. And then there was people at the Airbnb that said he was at the Airbnb as well, sitting in his car and then walking around. And so he must have followed Jersey to the Exxon, or him and Jersey were in contact.
Okay. Brian's asking Marissa's father as well. Is that something you'd want to speak on? Is he around? Does he know this is happening? Do you not have contact?
Oh yeah, he's devastated. He has raised. He's not her biological father. He's never came around, but he's raised Marissa since she was 9 months old, and he's devastated. To be honest, he's just at work all the time or out of town. He's for concrete companies. He was at the protest, and he's basically just letting me take all my frustration and anger out on him.
Aw. I'm glad that you have him for support.
I'm
Nikki
sorry, I didn't
said,
hear you.
"Oh, I said I'm glad that you have him for support. I'm glad that you are able to, take your frustration out on, someone there close to you, someone that's going to be there for you. I'm glad you have him to lean on. That's good."
Yeah, and Emma's been. I try to, if I'm having a hard day, I'll stay in my room and try to kind of isolate myself, because I don't want to have them getting upset, and I just kind of need that time alone.
Sure.
And where I'll talk to Marissa as if, any way she could hear me.
So Mickey says, from my understanding, the guy she left with lives close to the gas station and is a regular there. So maybe Mickey has some information about him. Okay.
He was taking down the posters we had put up at the gas station, and when we did a protest, they said no more posters put up because it made him uncomfortable.
He removed the posters of her?
Yeah, he was removing her posters.
Okay. Sarah, I would like to play the 911 call that Marissa made that night. Is that okay with you? Okay.
Yeah, and if you listen really close at the end, before she says to my house, Sean is in the background saying, "You need a ride."
Okay. So you
I've
hear
listened
Sean?
to vaguely you hear him say, "You need a ride," and then she says pretty loudly, "Yeah, to my house." And I've listened to it many times just trying to find anything, if I can catch anything, and that is something that quite a few people have listened to and caught at the end.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna
they
listen.
1022'd her. That's why it took so long. They 1022'd it.
Yeah, and I also have a news piece about why it took so long to get to her. I'll play that also because I know a lot of people have questions about why it took so long for law enforcement to respond to the gas station after getting the call from her. So this is the 911 call. I'm going to put this in the chat for you guys also to listen to. I'm going to press play here.
Guilford Metro 911, what's the address of your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I needed the contact to the non-emergency number.
It comes into the same center. I can try to help you while I have you on the phone, and I can give you the
Okay,
number for
yes.
future use.
I don't know where I am in Greensboro. I just got all my stuff throughout the car. He took off with my phone. I have no clue where I'm at. I have no numbers, nothing.
Are you at a business?
I am at a store, yes. I'm at a Synergy.
Are you at an Exxon?
Is
It
this
looks like you're at
Exxon?
801 East Market.
Okay, it's an Exxon, yes.
Okay, what's your name? Are you hurt and needed an ambulance?
No, I'm not. But I mean, like, he told me to come into the store and grab some shit and, like, took off on me. And I don't know where I'm at. I'm in the middle of Greensboro. He took my phone. I don't have my phone. Yes, back to my house.
All right, what are you wearing so officers can identify you
No,
when
he
they
took
get
my
there?
shit. You said what?
What are you wearing so officers can identify you when they get there?
I'm wearing some blue jeans and a white shirt with some yellow sneakers. That's not gonna help my problem though, ma'am. I'm stuck all the way in Greensboro and I don't know where I'm at.
Okay, you just told me you're at an Exxon.
Yes, but
Okay,
in order for me to get back home, I don't have any of my contacts.
Okay, I'm going to send an officer out there to see if they can help you in any way.
Okay.
All right, they'll be there as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
What did you feel listening to the 911 call of your daughter, Sara?
The very first time I heard it, I could tell by her voice exactly how she was feeling and what she was going through.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in my mind. I'm thinking that cannot be the last time that I hear my daughters. That can't be the last time. I can't even put into words, and I've listened to it a lot to try to pick apart anybody that might have been there. But I know now from the footage the detective has that was Sean standing there, communicating with her.
Okay, so you saw him standing with her. And I want to share this photo of Marissa and her children. She's a mother of 5, you guys. She has 5 kids that really need her. So please get this out there. Anybody who can share this story, it would really, really help. 5 kids. She's a mom of 5, and they're 10 and under, all of them, right, Sarah?
Yes. She just missed 3 birthdays. The kids, 3 of their birthdays in May.
And I
That
know there's no mom that would ever miss a birthday.
no. She always did big things for their birthdays.
All of the pictures that I see of her with her kids, she looks so happy.
That's what means the world to her. Everything she did was pertain to her kids. She's really family oriented.
Hmm. Kyle asks, is law enforcement working with you? How do you feel about law enforcement? Yes.
I'm really feel like that 911 call, they really dropped the ball from the beginning, and it took a few days to get them to start looking for her because of a holiday, Martin Luther King Day. So I called within hours and missing persons report. It wasn't until the Tuesday after, and I understand and I'm patient that they can't fill me in on everything. Um, so I keep in communication every other day with the detectives. I send him things I find, and just knowing they are working her case gives me some hope.
Lady T says, and Sarah, if there's anything that you don't feel comfortable answering, you can just say so. There's no pressure to say anything you don't feel comfortable talking about. Lady T says, did Marissa have any problems with anyone before she went missing? Domestic violence or like beef with friends? Just trying to figure out a motive if there's any idea of one yet.
No, she didn't. Her and the kid's dad is not together, but they were working together. They had problems years ago, but they were working together for the kids, and they were in a good place. Um, there was an issue with Janaja going through Marissa's phone, and she had put a password because she was feeling a little smothered. She was trying to pull away because Janaja worked with her at Waffle House and lived in our house. She had even wanted to switch her schedule to kind of distance herself a little bit. And yeah,
And Denasia is the one that came home and went to sleep in Marissa's bed.
yeah. And when I went through messages, all of the messages,
Oh, Sarah, pick up your phone just a little bit. We lost your sound. There you go.
when I went through Marissa's phone, all her messages were there for months and months. And I noticed, well, where's her and Shanaja's messages? They had been deleted. And then I did get recovered some screenshots that there were conversating up until 11:47 in the morning. So while those messages were deleted, I do not know. But I also recovered where at about 5:30 in the morning there was phone calls off of Marissa's phone. This is 2 hours after it had been taken between Jersey and Janaja. And I've sent all this to the detective.
Wow. So Denasia and Jersey were corresponding with each other through Marissa's phone.
At about 5:30 that morning.
Okay.
And at that time, 5:30, Michael was here in my house.
She was there at 5:30 in the morning. That's right, because so this is another thing. Let me grab this screenshot. I think it's important to show the Uber transaction that she had where she was picked up by an Uber at 4:47 a.m. and then she was dropped off at your house at 5:10, I believe, 5:10 in the morning. So she blocked out the address, and the group of girls that I'm working with on this we were talking about it earlier and trying to understand why she would have blacked out the address she got picked up from. Now, you think you have a pretty good idea of the address, even though it was crossed out.
I think it's Stanley Road. She was saying she was at a motel all night. But why would you leave a motel at 4:40 in the morning? Checkout isn't until 11. Why would you leave your motel room at that time?
Right. And this here is what she sent to Sara. So the trip details January 14th, 2024 at 4:47 a.m., 14.5 miles. It took 22 minutes. She was picked up at a location in Greensboro at 4:47 a.m. and brought to Sara's house, Sara and Marissa's house, dropped off at 5:10 a.m. But as you can see, she kept the address from Sara when she sent this to her. We wanted to find this one question. Go ahead.
Witness. They say he's a witness. They have their reasons. I don't want to give too much,
Right.
but he is a person of interest. They're just not putting things out there. If they can get you to cooperate with having to, that's the way they work.
Rhonda says, Bashan has been cleared by Ellie per the detective. He is not a person of interest or a suspect. How do you feel about that comment?
That's not true. I had a meeting with the detective. He's not going to tell the public or anybody other than family what's actually going on. I have screenshots, I have messages in my phone, but those are private. It's private information that he's just not putting out there.
Okay. I think it's important that people hear that from Sara. This is Marissa's mom. And let's see. Lady T says, if police declared him a witness, do we think it would be worthwhile to start looking elsewhere, like friends or partners? Was she a victim of domestic violence at all? So Lady T, she had just answered about the domestic violence earlier, but I don't know if you want to elaborate any further.
That was in the past. They were getting along. They were just being, cordial and trying to stick together for the kids. But the domestic violence, that was a few years ago.
So it was older news.
Yeah.
And not currently taking place at the time of her disappearance.
And I'm looking elsewhere, but everything leads me back. It's the conversations. When I was texting Sean asking, where's Marissa, the things that he was saying, I immediately had a feeling in the pit of my stomach, and I called missing person immediately.
I'm glad that you did that. Brian asked.
They're not because, if he thinks he's a person of interest, then he's not going to keep, complying and talking.
I agree with that statement. And not always are the police going to tell people that they're a person of interest. For that is a strategic, it's a strategy used by law enforcement at times. So I agree with that. And be real, yes, the police did show up, but they were too late getting there. And Marissa had already been taken away from the area and never heard from again. Brian asks, is it possible she could have been dosed? Did you hear anything odd about her in the call?
Oh, yeah. Yes. And the detective said he has heard that something was put in her drink and other people's drink that night at that club. They kind of get these girls as wasted as they can and get them to the Airbnbs. There was a call before Marissa from a girl at the Airbnb, and the police did come out stating that there was a lot of young girls there. Some weird things were going on. They all had guns. There was a lot of drugs. From what I was told and from the footage, Marissa never went into the Airbnb. She stayed sitting in Jersey's car.
Okay. So she didn't go into the Airbnb from what you are being told.
Yeah, from what I'm being told. Now, once the Airbnb, everybody left, the person who had rented it, it's just like a little number thing. So you can come back and get into that. Anybody can come back if you know the code and get into that Airbnb. So I'm trying to find out if after the fact was she brought back to the Airbnb.
That's a great question. You know, like if maybe she was brought back to that area. Someone's asking, did her phone ping also on English Street? Do you know anything? I haven't heard that ever before. Do you know anything about that?
They had said it did, but when they brought in the FBI, it pinged at a different location, and that's near the Exxon, and it's a 15-mile radius that we're working on searching. And a person did admit that he threw her phone out at that area. I'm not going to give out that
Sure.
location because other people may try to go find her phone, and
Right.
who knows.
Smart mama. Okay, so Day Tripper asks, so Sean's voice is on the phone call.
Yes, very vaguely in the back, right before she says, yeah, to my house. He's saying you need a ride. So he's promising her a ride home. And clearly she doesn't make it home.
Lady TM, I think I've read several of your questions, and I know I'm behind on my chat. Bear with me. If there's something you need me to ask, I will ask it again. I apologize. Just give us a second. We're trying to do the best that we can. So let's see. Okay, so we can talk about this because I know that Sara had spoke about this on Duchess's channel. Isn't it true she was taking baby dad to court for child support? That's the court case she missed the week of January 14th, question mark?
Yeah, they were working out a visitation agreement for him. They were working out all that stuff. But he never had any, up until then, he had financially supported all the kids. So at this point, she was just getting it in paper.
Okay. I'm going to pull up another photo of Marissa here to put on the screen really quick. Just give me one moment. I want to have her photo accessible to everybody to see her. Do you know what time Naja went to your house and went to sleep? So it would have been 5:10, correct?
Yeah.
5:10 a.m. And then Marissa's friend was using it to text Jersey the next day. Day Tripper asks.
At about 5:30 that morning, I just got these screenshots. So she was here in my house, and Jersey was messaging and calling her off of Marissa's phone.
I think that's very important. Jasmine asks, may I ask who Jersey is?
She met him one time about a year ago. She met him through Janaja and Janaja's boyfriend. And this would have only been the second time that they hung out together.
So it was only the second time?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pull up the clip here that I have about why it took law enforcement so long to get there. I do feel that 40 minutes is quite a long time. I know on the 911 call, she said she was asking for the non-emergency line. But with that being said, they knew that a woman was out there in the middle of the night alone without any of her belongings. She had no phone, and she was all alone. So that's a bit much to me. I do see a problem with it taking 40 minutes. And then with Martin Luther King Day, wasting that whole day.
Yeah.
Let me just grab
She did
this.
use her, said I was robbed. You know, that
Right.
I would think that would be.
Yeah, I would see that to be problematic. So what he did was he kicked her out of the car, kept her phone with him. She did have her purse with her, but she had no phone. Do you know if she had any cash on her? Was she the type to carry cash, a debit card? Was she ever low on cash, travel around without cash or money?
Really didn't, because she made really good tips, at her job. But that night she had her Cash App card and her Money Network card. So any money that she would have, it would have been on her cards. And I do know she reached out to her kid's father, and he cashed out her $15 to get home. He
Okay.
didn't know the situation, but he requested 15 and he sent it to her.
Okay, so he was helping her. I think that's important too. I hadn't heard that before, so a lot of people have questions about him. Some people may think, it might be necessary to look into the children's dad and whatnot, but he was helping her with money to get home in the middle of the night. So that's important to know.
Yeah. They were at the time that this happened. I wasn't speaking to him. I hadn't spoken to him in almost a year, but
Okay.
they were able to communicate and were getting along, and he was helpful to her.
Okay. All right, I'm going to press play on this video here, and it's why it took 39 minutes for police to be dispatched to Marissa.
Well, according to Guilford Metro 911, there were no officers available at the time when Marissa called 911 from this Exxon gas station. By the time an officer was available and did arrive here, Marissa was gone.
Guilford Metro 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I don't know where I am in Greensboro. I just got all my stuff throughout the car. He took off with my phone. I have no clue where I'm at.
That's just part of the 2-minute and 10-second 911 call that Marissa Carmichael made on January 14th at 3:40 a.m. Guilford Metro 911 ranks calls based on priority level for police to go to. For Marissa's call, hers was ranked priority 3 out of 5.
The priority 1 is something that we have to get to as soon as possible. So there could have been like a lot of priority 1s and 2s ahead of that priority 3, which means like it could have been like a shooting or, like I said, a vehicle crash with serious injuries that we have to get to prior to that priority 3 call.
Okay, I'm going to send an officer out there to see if they can help you in any way.
Okay.
All right, they'll be there as soon as possible.
We are told due to the lack of officer availability and it not being a priority 1 call, no one was dispatched right away.
It's frustrating, but we understand. I mean, right now at least, and it has been this way for quite a while, everybody's short-staffed, so we're doing the best that we can with what we have available.
Marissa's mom, Sara, says she is disappointed there weren't enough officers to be dispatched when Marissa called.
If they had responded faster, we may not be where we're at now.
And once an officer was available and dispatched, their response time was less than 2 minutes. Now, Greensboro police says they're actively hiring and trying to get more.
I want to play this part back for you guys and listen to what she says, because I found this to be very interesting. She said once an officer was dispatched, it took 2 minutes. So did they wait to dispatch an officer for 39 whole minutes? Because that's what it says here in this clip. It was 41 minutes total, 39 minutes. This woman just said once an officer was dispatched, it took 2 minutes to get there. That's telling, and I have a problem with that personally. Hold on one moment. Just hear this one more time.
We're off now.
Where we're at now.
And once an officer was available and dispatched, their response time was less than 2 minutes. Now, Greensboro police says they're actively hiring and trying to get more officers sworn in and on the streets. Their vacancy right now is about 43 officers. Live in Greensboro tonight, Maria DeBone, WXII 12 News.
And Sara, while playing that. Oh, go ahead, because I saw you shaking your head while you were listening, and I want you to be able to speak on how you feel.
I'm angry. If they could have gotten there in 2 minutes from the beginning, none of this would be happening. She would be home safe. And I later was able to uncover, through help, a recording of the dispatcher and the person the overhead of them, and he clearly said 1022 that call. So that means kind of put it on the shelf. Don't worry about it for now.
So it was not listed as a priority.
Yes.
Jasmine says, so did they not ask the Uber to reveal the address, or if she went through her phone to the Uber app? Jasmine, I can't answer that obviously, but I would imagine that the police are able to find out everything they need to through Uber. Do you have anything to say about it, Sara?
I had never thought of that. But I am sure that address that she covered up says Stanley Drive.
Okay. So Sara believes it was Stanley Drive that she had left from. And I also want to say I'm seeing the comments in my chat. I've personally myself never seen such harsh, cruel people enter a chat of a missing person being spoken about, where there are so many people pushing back against a mom trying to get answers for her missing daughter. She is a mother of 5 children. These babies need their mom. This mom here on my panel wants her daughter home safe. She wants to know where she is and what happened to her. Please be kind and know that this could happen to anybody. This could be your loved one. It could be your mom, your sister, your niece. It could be anybody. Your daughter. It's very cruel. I've bypassed all of them. I refuse to give attention to them, but
Yeah.
this is very concerning to me. Sara,
Yeah, they can say and threaten and bully, and they don't know Marissa. They don't know the facts. And I was told to shut up and go away, or I was next. And I will not. I will not stop looking for my daughter.
do you want to talk about some of the things that are being done to you, that and some of the messages that you've received? I have them. I don't know if you want me to put them up or if you want them shown, but I don't think people here are familiar with the targeted harassment you're dealing with in the search for your daughter.
Yeah, it's fine. You can um, share anything you like. They have sent the police to my house saying I was suicidal. They sent the police to Marissa's friend's house. Basically, if you say anything or disagree, they threaten you and they accuse you of things. It's just really disgusting. When the police pulled up to my house, I immediately thought, "Oh my God, they found something, and I have to go and identify something." And they they haven't been in my shoes, so they have no idea. But there is a I can't think of the word. There's a reason behind all this, and it has to do with links to Jersey. Um, that's what it's. They're covering for him and Sean, and they're devoting a lot of time and energy. So normal people wouldn't do that without a reason behind that.
Right. So I know someone earlier wanted to see a photo of, well, both of these men. I don't know how you feel about them being identified here. Is that something you'd want to do? Do you want them to know what they look like? Is that something you feel is important? Do you want to leave that out? You can let me know how
Yes,
you feel about it. Yes?
yeah, you can show because you never know. You may see them out in public, and
Right. So I'm going to pull this photo up here and I'll let Sara explain. Okay. Are you able to see the screen, Sarah?
Yes.
Okay.
I just think that's who was with my daughter last. Why would you say you're bringing her home and you don't bring her home?
Let me put this on full screen. So this is the man who was last with Marissa. If you know him, if you've seen him, if you do see him, that could be really important. And there is verified gang affiliation, correct?
Yes.
Okay. This is Jersey, correct? This here is Jersey? Or
Sean.
Sean. Okay, so Sean was the last one with Marissa. I'm going to grab a photo of Jersey for you guys as well. Give me one moment. Yes, they have been very, very ugly and cruel to her, and nobody deserves that, especially not the mom of a missing daughter with 5 grandbabies. She's not doing anything wrong. She's trying to get the word out about her missing daughter.
I just don't understand why so many people wouldn't want her found.
I would imagine those are people who may have more information than they're telling and have possible connections to what happened, if they wouldn't want her found. And Deborah asks, who is telling you that you'll be next? Are you
That
comfortable
was
with
somebody. It was somebody on the first podcast I did, and he deleted it. And it's somebody from this group. It's a whole group that one particular girl started.
Okay.
And she has ties to Jersey.
Solo Nan says, did she have known enemies?
No, she had friends before, and they, things had happened and they weren't friends anymore. But everybody just moved on with their life. I don't see, any friends from school or, would.
Okay, so people are kind of standing down and backing away. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, she hadn't had contact with them and
CP says, regardless of any opinion, she's a missing person and deserves to be found. Yeah, I'm shocked that people are writing the comments that they are. I've seen some of them. They're very ugly comments. And I do believe it is a group of people that may have more knowledge than what they're saying and involvement. What's going on with yeah, you guys can handle whatever comments are coming up in the chat. I see you guys.
And that's what they do. They try to ruin anything that I'm trying to resources to find Marissa. They really try to just ruin it. Found.
I'm so sorry, Sara. So I want to talk about the tattoos that do you want to talk about the tattoos that your daughter has, because they're identifying and they're super important to people finding her and locating her and identifying her.
She has a little tiny heart right below her eye, and then she has a butterfly right above her eyebrow. On her forearm she has a sparrow, and it says, "We only part to meet again." That was for my mom, a memory. On her other forearm, she has some dandelions and butterflies. On her outer thigh, she has a huge imprint of rose, and she has a little tiny heart on her foot. And then she has on her chest a matching tattoo with her sister, and it's a pink red flower, and it says Ohana.
I didn't know about all those. I didn't even know she had all of those tattoos. I only knew about a couple of them, so thank you. Do you have photos of all of
Yeah.
those?
There's a lot of photos where you can like kind of see them. They're not of the
Lift your phone up again, Sarah. Watch the bottom of your phone there. There, go ahead.
some photos, pieces of the tattoos, like not of them exactly, but you can see like they're there.
Dutch says the Sheetz gas station address is all the way in West Market Street. Yeah, so this gas station was East Market Street, is what I understand.
Yeah.
Sheetz is West Market. And Namus is being dropped in the chat. Please click on that. That's really useful also in getting information out about Marissa as well. They're in the process of changing the photo. They had used a mugshot of Marissa for Namus. And do you want to talk about that mugshot? Because I think it's important actually to tell people what that mugshot was about. So in case anyone asks, I'm not sure why they would use a mugshot. I was very upset to see that, but I know you talked about that a little bit.
That mugshot is from a former friend. This is from a couple years ago. Had been, making fun of Marissa's son, who is disabled. He has skeletal dysplasia, so he doesn't have arms. So they were making fun of him, and they were saying, come over. And so she whooped that girl's butt for making fun of her son, and took the charge.
Marissa's baby boy does not have arms. His left and right arm are not present. She just explained somebody was making fun of him and she took care of the business. So that's where the mugshot came from.
Yeah. You don't speak about her, mama, her sister, kids. And they actually have a warrant for arrest right now for failure to appear on that case, which if they can find her quicker through a warrant than a missing person, have at it.
I agree. Yeah, if they need to put out a warrant for arrest to find her, then let's get a move on. And I'm going to show the photo here that I've got a whole bunch of photos here. This is Marissa with her babies. I'm not sure if they were at the beach or if a pond or a swimming hole or wherever. Her little guy down here.
Yeah, we were at Yogi Camp in Virginia for 4th of July.
Let me take this down. That's her little one. The little one down here is the baby that she took that charge for. So there he is. She has beautiful children.
They are. They're so smart. Each of them have so many traits that they took after her.
How are they holding up during this time? Have you had any communication with them? Are they being kept from you?
Yeah, I have chats with them. I'm going to their graduation at the school. They're confused. My oldest granddaughter does get on YouTube and she tries to find any information she can. So they're confused. They don't understand what's going on. The younger ones. My oldest granddaughter asked me to send her mom's comforter, so I sent her mom's comforter so she could have that to sleep with.
Oh, does it still smell like her?
Yes, it does.
I bet that means the world to her. I'm glad that
I
she.
sprayed it. I sprayed it with more of Marissa's Bath and Body Works spray, so it would, and then I sealed it for her so it would keep the smell.
The last picture of her in the gas station with her purse correct. Yeah, let me grab that again. I'd like to put that back up because I think it's super important people see what she looked like the night that she disappeared. And let me get that back up on the screen. I haven't saw that photo circulating. I don't feel like it's out there enough. And thank you for asking for that. Let me grab that one more time. She does not look very happy in this photo. She looks irritated. She doesn't look like she's, happy with the situation. She's been left without her phone. She's alone. She's also
Yeah.
with a guy she doesn't particularly care for, but there's no one else familiar in her, in her reach. And she's on the phone reaching out to police, which tells me she probably wanted to get picked up by the police other than this man. So
Yeah, she looks she's over it. And I'm waiting to see the video because when I see how her body language is and how she's walking, I will be able to tell if she's drugged. It sounds by her voice nothing I've ever heard.
you've never heard her like that before?
No.
Now let me ask
She's
you.
probably
Oh, go ahead.
she's probably shocked, like, why did he just take off with my phone? Like, what the hell, what's going on?
Right. So she has her purse. She has her, you can see the wristband is still on her wrist from the club. Thanks for being here, everybody. I'm really happy that everybody's here. And please share this out on social media, especially if you're in that area. Share it with your Facebook friends, places that it will help to spread the word about her. It's really, really important. Her babies need her home.
Yes.
Mighty Marcia, I saw photos on the news of 3 tattoos, but not all of the ones that her mom just described. So the police should have pics of all of her tattoos at the time of that one arrest. Well, I've noticed also, just in my own travels, they don't always document the tattoos properly, which I have no answer for. I don't know why. Sunshine Girl asks, how did they get into her phone? Did she have a lock screen?
No, she had put a password the Thursday before she went missing, because of Janaja going through her phone. She forgot the password that same night, was so angry she broke her phone, so she took the SIM card out and put it into another phone. And also, when we were trying to get into her phone that night, Janaja was right there, so she was able to get her emails, and so I'm not sure how they got into her phone. But I'm thinking she didn't, after forgetting the password, she didn't put another one. And this was only 2 days before she was gone.
That's interesting. Oh, let me show the picture of Jersey. I think it's important I do that. He goes by Jersey Moneybag, right? And he actually comes from New Jersey, correct?
As well as Sean, but they say they don't know each other. But they were seen together by the Missing Person Foundation at a Food Lion in Greensboro.
Okay, so I'm going to pull this up. I just went over to his Facebook to grab this. Let me pull this up here on the screen. I know people were asking for his photo. Let me get this. Have you ever met either of these men, Sara?
No,
Okay.
she had met Jersey only one time, and she had never met or hung out with Sean. I do believe Jersey would come into her job because he likes to go to 24-hour establishments like Waffle House or Sheetz, gas stations, Exxon. I believe to look for women, and I believe he had been in Waffle House, and she probably had served him and just didn't think anything of it.
Maybe didn't even realize. And you
Yes.
said that he was it him or Sean? Because I get the two of them confused, and I'm so new to this case. I've tried so hard to get it all right. Which one did you feel you had just found out recent that he may have been stalking her at Jersey, right?
Sean.
Sean. Okay, so Sean. Now, I'll pull his photo back up when I talk about that. Let me not do that yet because I don't want to confuse people. It is kind of a lot to take in and process all at once.
Yeah, so many layers. I've got close to 300 screenshots of things that were recovered that have been deleted, and different conversations that didn't make any sense. And I've sent all this to the detective.
Okay. And it's Moneybag spelled Monebag. You can plug him right into Facebook. Jersey Moneybag. Okay. Let me take his mug down off the screen. And I also want to do you
And
mind
did I
if
send
we
you the
go ahead?
the message that where I'm telling Janaja I'm setting up things for the news crews and her story out there, and she's saying keep my name out of this, and I
Yes.
said, and yeah, that was
I
very
have
telling to me.
Let me get that actually. Let me grab that right now. I think it's important they see these. So these are pretty concerning, you guys. There's also a whole bunch of accounts on Facebook that are making very strange comments, such as can't feel bad for people like her. She got what she deserved. Rest in peace. Uh, Sara has no proof whatsoever that Marissa is passed. And there are these profiles saying that she has. One goes by the name of Waffle Brown from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Casey Thomas, Shaky Brown. They come from Orlando, Florida. Lachey Thomas, Oklahoma City. We've got one with Palm Springs, Florida. From Houston, Texas. There's a lot of really strange behavior going on over on social media.
This is all the same person, multiple accounts.
So you believe it's all the same person?
Yeah, with multiple accounts. And if you look on some of these pages, it's really strange. They're degrading women. They're posting women's mug shots. They're just photos of females. It's just really, really odd.
I've noticed some of them are very strange. So this here, let me see. I want to get the one you just asked for. Take my name out now. Hide my name. Is this the one?
That's one. And then there's another one that says, I'm in danger. And I said, you're not in danger. Marissa's in danger. And she says, I know what I'm talking about. So I want to know, what are you talking about? But she, just puts out these things and then shuts up.
I have it right here. Let me pull this up here. I just have to send it to myself. So we'll take this one first. You did a really great job responding to these, by the way. Like, how were you in danger? Trying to get a little bit of information out of her.
Because in the beginning, I didn't suspect anything. And then when things started coming out over and over, and even the latest, calls between her and Jersey at 5:30 in the morning, it just, and then she stopped looking for Marissa after the second day, and it's completely, and that you say that's your best friend and you love her, and then in the text messages from the club, that had been deleted. She's saying, Marissa's saying, "Love you, see you later," and Janaja says, "Yeah, much later." I just thought that was strange.
Interesting. She said much later. Okay, so this here is where she says, I don't want my name dropped. You said I've been setting up stuff with the news people. She said, don't drop my name at all. I'm in danger for show. How are you in danger? She said, trust me, I know it. And Sara responds, Marissa is the one that's really in danger. If you know anything that can help her, please say something. Let me make this full screen. That way people can see it. I know it's kind of hard on the eyes if you, hold on a minute. Let's see. I'll scroll down a little bit here. So what's interesting about this is that Naja says, I'm in danger. So don't drop my name. I'm in danger. So does she have knowledge of the danger that Marissa is in at this point?
I believe so. I believe she knows. If she didn't help set it up, I believe she knows so much that could answer a lot of questions. And it's just when I found things odd or things that didn't match with what had been said by the people that were actually there, I just screenshot it and I sent everything to the detective.
Shy Gary says, Miss Sara, how were you able to retrieve Marissa's phone?
I don't have her phone.
I believe she said
Her
she
phone is
got
still.
her messages, right? So you were able to access her Facebook? Okay.
She's yeah, she had logged in on my phone to her Facebook, so I'm able to log into her Facebook.
Thank you.
She has her Cash App on my phone, so if there's any activity, I would be able to see that. There's been none.
Here's another one here from Naja. So January 16th. Go ahead.
That is to my other daughter Emma.
Okay. So this is Naja to Emma, Marissa's sister, Sara's other daughter. And it says, for those that can't see it, January 16th, goddamn, yo. She says, what's up? She says, take my name out now, hide my name. And Emma says, what?
Yeah, I don't understand. If that's your best friend, and after that day, she quit completely looking for her.
Yeah, she was sleeping in your home, sharing a home with you. Were you providing food for her? Were you feeding this woman? I mean, God. She can stay in your home, but you can't say her name when your daughter goes missing. Kirsty says, where is Naja now?
Yeah,
Why is she not speaking up? Oh, go ahead.
She's hiding. From what I heard, she's skipping from couch to couch at people's houses because she's scared. What exactly, I just don't know. But yeah, we fed her. We went on trips. Marissa took her. If there was food ordered, she got food. Marissa's very giving and sharing. We let her stay here also during her pregnancy and took care of her. And then that's why in the beginning I really didn't suspect her. But and then the stories, even with the detective, her timeline changes. She was here, she wasn't here. Where she was at, who she was with.
Jasmine Stone, calm down. I see you. I'm going as quick as I can. I have a mom here on my panel with a missing daughter, so she's explaining. I'm trying to read comments while sharing things on my screen. You just have to be patient with me. She says, I'm telling you, I have seen Sean. He had communicated with me on tagged. I don't know what that means. What's tagged? Jasmine, if you want to elaborate, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure what tagged is.
Have they looked
Maybe
into
some
his
kind of app
tag?
where you.
Let me look up what tagged is. I've not heard of that.
I haven't either.
So, Jasmine, do you have knowledge of an account he has that's something concerning you? Tagged app. It's a dating app. Okay, so tag dating app, meet and chat. Are you on the app? Have you seen him? Is there something you want to relay to us? I can read your next comment if you want to
Oh,
explain a
please,
little bit more.
please don't meet up with him. I
No.
have talked to several hotels where they said he tried to hold them against their will. One girl he was stalking, she moved to Raleigh to get away. It seems like he kind of hones in on a girl, and until you know, it's really odd.
You guys, please be careful with dating apps online. This mom is begging you, please don't meet up with this man. She believes he is dangerous, possibly, and the last person her daughter was with. So, and she has no idea where
I
she
know
is.
he
She's
keeps.
saying, go ahead, Sarah.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
know he keeps
You know he keeps what?
a gun on him.
Okay. So let's see. I'm going to pull up these other messages between. So bitch ass kidnapper is saved in the phone. Let's see. And it's a New York number. Was this his actual phone number or a text now phone number? Do you know?
It's a text now,
Text
and
now. Okay.
that's what he turned over to the detective. But we believe there's another phone where he wouldn't want to turn that one over to the detective. Of
That
course,
would
he
make
would turn over the one that doesn't have any incriminating things against him.
And I don't think these are all in order, but it's okay. So, does he have kidnapping charges? Do you know?
When we were first looking him up, Emma
Uh-huh.
ran across 2 kidnapping charges. When we later, and she wasn't thinking to screenshot it. So when we later went back, we could not find them at all. I've got a whole list of other charges, but we couldn't find the kidnapping charges.
Okay. Let me grab these. I'm gonna put these up. There's quite a few of them, so let me take this one down. Maybe right now would be a good time to share Harley. Do you want to do that? Might as well get her out there. That's one of the girls that worked with Marissa. She's also missing. Do you know if she had any contact with these men?
I don't know. Her family reached out to me since Foundation to offer some help as well.
Okay, so you're in contact with her family. Awesome, awesome. So Dutch made this also. Thank you so much, Dutch. I would not have ever heard about either of these women if it weren't for Dutchess. So thank you so much. I'm going to put this on full screen. This is Harley Davis. She worked with Marissa at Waffle House. She is also missing. She's 29 years old. She has blue eyes, brown hair. She's got a small frame. She was last seen May 5th at West Wendover Avenue in Greensboro, North Carolina, behind the Walmart. Please be on the lookout if you see Harley and call Barbara Smart, her mother, at 336-207-1650 if you see her or have any information. I'm wondering why there's not a law enforcement agency listed. Or do you know anything about that? Are they taking this seriously, or
They really, unless they, suspect foul play, it took them a minute to get Marissa serious, like, because of their ages, unless they suspect foul play, they kind of don't. Her aunt had reached out to me and we've been communicating, and she said that the police department wouldn't even make a flyer for Harley for 30 days. So Missing Person Foundation is in the process. I got a printer because flyers are expensive with people taking them down and weather. So I sent a printer. So now we can really make as many flyers as needed.
Okay. Police are aware of Harley. Yes, they are definitely aware. Um, Duchess says if there's any new info to add, I can update the flyer, just so you know. Also, Sara. The rain is
Yeah, I
really
don't know of
coming down
any.
here, so I apologize if you guys can hear that. It's really loud. The rain is hitting the window super, super hard. So, I'm just going through the chat really quick. I want to make sure
Just
that
so
there's
many people missing out of Greensboro. It's a lot of women missing out of Greensboro, and a lot of them are not made public. I don't know. They don't get the resources or the news. I'm not quite sure, but I'm screaming it from rooftops, like news, and I wish people would reach out to help some of these girls and their family as well. I couldn't imagine not having any help and having to do this all on my own without anybody, helping get her story and her face out there. Yeah, she worked with Marissa at Waffle House and some of her family members as well.
it's so concerning that two women from the same place of employment are missing around the same age within 4 years of each other. One's 25, one's 29. That's a huge problem. Sarisa says, if this was already answered, I apologize. Did Marissa have a tagged account? Sarisa, I don't think the mom knows because she's never heard of the app.
She didn't have any dating apps. She never really had any trouble meeting. If we would go out to the store somewhere, guys were not realizing I was her mother and would come and say things to her, and I would be like, I'm her
Right.
mom, and that's not how you come and speak to a girl to get her attention. Because they would always say something about her big butt.
Oh my God. I'm sure that was kind of difficult for you too, to, be like
Yeah, and
approached by a man with her. Yeah.
when I went through her messenger, oh my God, the guys in her, and a lot of them were not open. She didn't answer on them, so I didn't open them either because I only opened the ones pertaining to this case. Because I don't need to invade all of her privacy.
So here is 6:08 a.m. and this is to let me know whose phone is this to.
My phone.
Okay. Do you know how he obtained your phone number?
That Marissa used his phone and called twice,
Okay.
and I wasn't in the. Yeah, and it kills me. If I had just went to sleep with the phone next to me, I could have woken up for those calls. So when I did wake up, I contacted to see who was this missed call on my phone, especially since Marissa wasn't home.
I'm sure that's very haunting that you didn't have the phone next to you. I know I would be feeling the same exact way. So you got a
Yeah.
missed call. So you believe these were Marissa calling at 6:08?
Yes,
Or you
because she
think,
called her dad's phone at 6:23 and asked to speak with Janaja.
okay, so two missed calls at 6:08 a.m. There's an outgoing call, 2:56 p.m., two of them, another at 4:48 p.m. And He writes 6930 West Market Street. When and if sis comes back, I'm taking her straight home. Facts. So Sara answers, that's an address to Sheets. Put her on phone. He says she still didn't check in. The fuck? About to. Hold on a minute. Let me get the next one. He says about to call you. So sorry that was cut off. I want to have these in order because I don't want them to be out of order. Give me one moment. I'm going to try to piece this together while I have you here, which I don't like to do, but I think it's important that they are. See, these don't have timestamps, so it's hard here. I'm just going to share these the way that they are because I know it'll take way too long, but I don't want to make you sit up here all night. Do you know what this means here? I'm Gboro on it. Oh, I'm Greenboro on it. Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Greenboro? Okay. So incoming call, outgoing call. He says, okay, hope she's almost home. Sara responds, I hope so. Police putting out missing persons report. He says, okay. That's odd to me. This, okay. Why would anyone answer, okay, like they don't believe you?
Yeah. Like, is that a scare? He thought it was like a scare tactic to try to, if he has her, bring her home? No, I was literally on a different phone making a report.
So Sara says, you're the last person to see her. He answers, whoever sees her first, let each other know. Crazy. Sara responds, yeah, I just need a phone call from her to hear her voice to know she's okay. But they put it out missing pictures of her, descriptions of her, and everywhere she has been since. Hold on, let me grab the next one.
Like, I'm telling him, like, this, if you have her, you just let her go, and all this can be, over. Go on about your life. But he was not, he's not going to do that.
And I apologize, these aren't in order. They're just the way that they were sent to me. Word, she can be between the Borough and High Point, which ain't that far. So Sara writes, she would know who to call for a ride. She wouldn't be walking. She would have called someone for a ride. He answers, thinking the same thing. She said she's from up north and knows how to get around. She's going to pop at the crib and tell y'all the story, and it better be a good one for stressing everybody. It's pretty laid back out here in High Point. Sara responds, she got police looking now. She better get home. She never not in contact with me. She's not up north. She's from High Point all her life. So you took up north to mean New Jersey, like him, right?
I really didn't know, but once I found out he was from New Jersey, I kind of, that's what I was thinking. She has no family anywhere, just right here in High Point.
And it just doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah. Oh no, and that's when at the end of these texts, and they go on for a while where I just keep, pressuring him.
Yes.
I just had a feeling in my stomach. I had a bad feeling.
So you can see that it leaves off on the last one. He says, word, this is starting to get ridiculous. Oh, I guess she meant here family from there then. See, also, that's why it's important to mind your business, trying to be cool. I don't like the way he talks to you. Sara says all her family is in High Point. He says, yeah, that's the real then. Then she says she never leave her 5 kids behind. He answers, oh yeah, what, 5? She really can't be away long, for real. Sara says she's never been away this long. He answers, I hear you. She better have a damn good story.
And he has no empathy or no concern that, hey, my daughter didn't make it home and she was with you last. There's no, no kind of empathy there, no kind of nothing. Just a bunch of I don't even understand half the slang that he's saying. He's just avoiding direct questions on a lot of things.
So the next one, he says, let's see. Okay, let me put this on full screen. She has emotion and she has to be in motion. She has the kids and work. Sheesh. Sara answers, she would have been home hours ago already. He says, I know, that's right, especially with her kids waiting. Is she shy not to ask to use a phone? She says, no, she's not shy. He says, okay, good. Then Sara responds, she's never been away this long. An outgoing call. He says, I don't know. Wow, she's going to get there tonight for sure. No choice. Sara says, I'm going to be up waiting. Now the next one is right here. He says, for real, at this point, it's not even about being mad. She said, no, I'm worried, into panic attacks. He says, know what you mean. You know her well. Have to give her the benefit of the doubt until tonight or tomorrow. She may be dealing with something. Sara says, something feels wrong. She tells me everything. He responds, I hear you. It's going to be okay. This guy with her doesn't even know the headache he caused. Sara says, who's the guy? He answers, you think she's trying handle that on her own with the guy she was with?
And that guy was Jersey, and what she was trying to handle was get her phone back. But he was gone. Jersey was already gone and had blocked her. So she was asking Janaja to try to get her phone back for her.
I'm going to drop Jersey's Facebook link in my chat. Yeah, T, I noticed that right away when I saw 646. But she believes he has another phone and that he may have possibly not handed over the phone that he really uses to police because he may be trying to hide something. So she doesn't even think it's the right phone. Here, I'm going to drop this is Jersey's Facebook. You guys are all really smart people, and I think it's important everybody knows how to look up this information. You never know what someone else might find that we're not finding or something of that nature. So let me get the next screenshot. I'll put this in here. Okay, so the next screenshot says, yeah, that would make sense. Her mom, a little while ago, she has a second phone, so she doesn't know why she just didn't go home earlier and get it. It may be because she had an important things on it. If it's an iPhone, can't they find a phone on it instead of being so upset? That's the guy who stole her phone and money. She said, no, not an iPhone, and she doesn't have a second phone. Who is the guy that stole her money and phone? This is me, her mom, and her sister. We're trying to find out what guy stole her phone. That phone had pictures of her kids, videos of. Hold on, I'm going to get the next one. videos of her kids. The phone that she did have at home is broke. That's why that phone meant a lot to her. But there's no way she would not come home. Whoever this guy is, the police are on it. The least you can do is say the guy's name and give me a phone number. He answers, "Oh, apologies. Yeah, that would be enough to piss someone off for real. She might get it back if she talks to him." Sara says, "What is his name or number? The fact of her not contacting me, something is wrong." He said, "I'm not sure. She was looking for him and his name on Facebook."
He had blocked her, so she wouldn't be looking for him on Facebook, because she would know when she messaged him, she was blocked.
This is unbelievable. And I'm so sorry.
Well, thank you. I'm hoping podcast is a good outlet to just get her name and her face and her story out
Absolutely.
there. Because like the detective has said, somebody that was with her that night, they knew something.
You never know who might hear this and pick it up, talk about her, and I'm sure there will be others. You know what I mean? And you don't have to appear anywhere for us to do that. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for coming up, and I'm happy to have you here. But if you get tired of doing this, trust and believe people will talk about this and take care of it for you. This is a lot for you to carry. So hold on, let me get the next one. We have a lot of creators in this community who have a very broad reach. So you never know who might pick this next.
It keeps me hopeful.
I'm hopeful also. Many of us are really pulling for Marissa to be found safe. The next one here is Monday, January 15th at 3:04 a.m. Sara says, "Have you heard from her? She's not home yet." 2 outgoing calls. 8:02 a.m. He says, "Nah, still didn't yet. Shake my head." She says, "Please let her go." He answers, "Not understanding why y'all are doing that. Are you letting the others know what our conversations have been about? Just tried to help her get her phone back, but after that went back to my own life." And she went to do her thing. Hold on, let me get this next one up here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm up the next day at 3 or 4. I'm not sleeping. I'm starting to find out at this point. She had went to the Airbnb. I'm starting to find out where she'd been, and then I was at those places searching the next day.
She's really lucky to have a mom like you that's so proactive and helpful and not giving up. And I'm so sorry you've been waiting this long. So where did I leave off on that one? Just tried to help her get her phone back, but after that went back to my own life and she went to do her thing. She says, no, she would have been home. She would have been home by now. Let me just hear her voice. I know that she's with you. Just let me hear her voice. He says, nah, my female friend came. She understood. That's what I meant. I went back to my life, gave her a couple dollars to do her because I felt bad about her situation. She said he took her phone and money. Can y'all look for the person that has her phone? I just met her and she told me.
And I had asked him for the name and number the day before, and he never gave it to me.
Wondering if I want to. She told me I'm looking for that one. It's okay. Let's see. Back to my own life, and she went do her thing. All right, I'm going to share the next one here.
He's very
I'm not sure where this one comes in, but it's definitely not in order. So I apologize for that, everybody. Says, I don't see why she's not home yet. Can you let these other people know that? I would appreciate that. Sara says, what's the guy's name who took her stuff? He says, her and her friend. That name starts with a J. We're talking about him. That's her friend's friend. So she was working on getting her phone back through him. This is at 11:38 a.m. on January 15th. Sara says, if you please let her go, we won't involve police. She's not a snitch, just please. He answers, I respect you as her mom. That's why I respond. She's a pretty girl, but not my type. Have you heard back from the phone guy? This is his response to Sara saying, please let her go. I won't involve the police, return her safe. This is his response. I respect you as her mom. That's why I respond. She's a pretty girl, but not my type. Where does this come from? What a strange thing to say. Have you heard back from the phone guy? Okay, so the next one. I'll pull that up here.
Yeah, at this point, he's very evasive and changes the subject and doesn't directly answer anything that I'm asking him.
Right. Oh, did I do? I did. I got the wrong one. Sorry. Hold on 1 minute. I took that one down and didn't put the right one back up. And I can put these more in order and even put out a short video of these. I can do a lot of things. We can do far more than just this one live stream. So, let's see, contact with y'all about the phone and that she was okay. I figured she knew what to do next. I just stepped in to help. I hope everything works out. I have a lot of work to do. Can you just let me know when she gets home as well? This was unexpected, but again, I only talked to her while she was venting about her phone. I was just passing through. I'm here, but I'm also working. She says, you have kidnapping charges. You were the last person to be seen with my daughter. I know how she is. If you split ways, she would have been home by now. She would have called her something. You even let me see or hear her to make sure she's safe. Please just let her go. Won't even let me see or hear from her. Just please. And then now I was going to ask you, and I forgot this map here. Maybe let me pull it up. Tell me what this map was here. Did he drop a pin or something to you? Or let me see. You see this okay, Sara? This here.
What is it?
It's a map, like as if maybe a location was shared or something, and you ask, what do you mean you were just passing through? What's this right here? It's a map with a little pin on it.
He may be in, and I didn't even remember this until you brought it up right now. That's why I'm constantly going through
That's
my
okay.
screenshots to see what I've missed.
Yeah, no,
So
I mean, you're dealing with super stressful stuff at the time.
Yeah, I do know the detective has all of this, but I am going to resend that to him and ask him, what is that about?
Okay. So then Sara says, what do you mean you were just passing through? When you've been friends with her on Facebook for a while and liked her post of where she said her location. He says, no, ma'am, never seen her a day in my life before asking her if she was okay. That's how she was looking for the guy through my Facebook because she forgot her password. Her friend Jay knows all of this. You guys have to let the good guy go. I understand where you're coming from, but that's tasked my assistants to help her. He's really odd, this guy.
So he's saying I did the best thing I could do, and I'm out of it. I'm done.
Cheryl O says, I'm so sorry, Sara.
Thank
A lot
you.
of people taking notice of this, and yeah, Dutch, sus. I would say so. Day Tripper asks, is Sara still in contact with Ellie? I believe so.
What is LE?
Law enforcement.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm back and forth with the detective every other day.
Perfect.
I will stay on him to make sure.
Yeah, definitely. The more people that can talk about Marissa, the better. Law enforcement, the last thing they want is negative publicity. I would love to see maybe News Nation talk about Marissa again. I think it would be great for you to reach back out to the news outlets. I know it's been a little while since the last time that they've put one out, right? Maybe just to refresh, and it has been a couple months. Okay, yeah, I noticed that. You guys, if you put in Marissa Carmichael, you can go and see all the news clips. There's quite a bit that was out there in the very beginning, but that quickly faded out. So, like I said, Dutch, thank you so much for talking about this, because we can get it back circulating again. Just in this community alone, we can spread so much awareness for her. So,
I have a huge fear that, it's just going to kind of go away and people aren't going to be looking or trying to find her. And so any opportunity I get, I didn't turn down any news, and this was in the beginning when I was still in shock. So
yeah,
I don't turn down any opportunity.
Dutch says, you're doing a great job, Sara. Keep calling them. I agree. Stay on them. Keep calling. Lady in Red says, tons of prayers, Sara and family.
Thank you.
Cotton Candy says, if someone is trying to convince you they're a good guy, they are not. Yeah, agree.
I had a sickening feeling. I had a feeling I never had before. And I just kind of go with the facts and my gut feeling, and people acting strangely, saying really strange things.
Trust your gut, and that's your gut instinct as a mom too, which is even stronger, I feel, than a gut instinct. As a mom, your instinct is usually even more honed in on the real truth. Sunshine Girl says he was stalking her Facebook for 3 years and went to her job.
Yes, and called her job. He went in her job and asked a coworker. He called her Peaches, which was one of the nicknames at the club. And when we were out searching, I wasn't with him that day. A man from the neighborhood who has obviously some bad drug habit said, when he looked at her poster, yeah, that's Peaches. My friend's got her. He's not letting her go. And it was odd that he called her by a nickname. And this is not a guy that would be in the club or hanging out. This is a guy on the streets, with a habit.
Right.
And then he wouldn't say nothing else. And I went to the boarding house that he stayed in, and I went in and just started yelling her name and knocking on doors, and I was asked to leave.
Wow, they asked you to leave?
Mhm.
Oh my God.
We were banned from the Cavalier Motel, and wasn't allowed to put up any posters of her there. We went back anyway and still watched that motel because he has been seen Econo Lodge, Studio 6, Cavalier, Extended Stay, Motel 6, several. He just skips from motel to motel.
Why is he frequenting so many hotels? That's
Well, one
really
lady,
odd.
Mhm. One lady that, seen his picture said, yeah, he stays here. But she wouldn't tell us much else, but when she got off of work because she lives there, she was trying to be cautious, but she did say that he brings a lot of different women in and out of the motels.
Okay, so he's known to bring a lot of women in and out.
Yeah, so I would have never thought sex trafficking until we started watching him and, the things he does.
I want to bring up this photo of her tattoos. I grabbed this off of News Nation, I believe. It was the only photo that I could grab that didn't have a banner in the way or a box with, someone like, the boxes we have here that have our little icons in them and whatnot. It was super hard to get this photo. I finally was able to snap a photo of it. I want to pull these up because they're identifying to Marissa. Give me just a moment. So this here, I hope that this is helpful. I know they're not all of her tats, but at least 3 of them. I'll put them on full screen. This is the Ohana one. You said these are sparrows right here, the top one. And then this is the heart next to her eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had gotten on to her about the face tattoos. She was playing in another one, little music notes behind her ear, and I told her, don't mess up your beautiful face with tattoos. So she got that one really, really light.
Oh, wow. I noticed the one on her face was pretty tiny too, so it didn't take up much space on her face.
No, I would not have gone for that.
And then let me see here. What else do I have? Here's another photo. I think it's important to show this. These are her babies and her. And this is so important. She's found. She has children that need her. They need their mom.
Yes.
She looks like a wonderful mother.
She's so hands on in every aspect of everything.
Is there anything else that you want me to share on this live? I don't want to keep you too long. We've been live for 2 hours. I can come back live again this week if you want me to. I would love to share more because there is more that goes along with this case, obviously. But I think for now, even just to put out the basics is so important, just to get it out there, get her name out there circulating. I'm hoping other people will talk about Marissa. The more, the better, to get her face out there.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. T-Bori's asking, has the mom went through her IG followers? Does she have an Instagram, Sara?
If she did, I don't think she was active in it. But that is one thing I could have her sister check out. I'm not the best with social media, and all that, but I could have her sister check it out. That's a good thing I could look into.
She found one with her name that's public. So maybe, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Then that's something that I can have her sister look into. Because when I went into her Messenger and her Facebook, I looked for people she had blocked. I had looked for message requests. I went down trying to find anything.
Thank you, T. If you want to send that to me also, I can shoot it over to Sara after. If you want to send that to me in an email or text, whatever is good for you. And here's another photo. I did go grab a whole bunch off of her Facebook account. The last couple of days I've been collecting a whole bunch. I have a lot of photos, so I would like to put something more together for her after, but thank you, Tia. And I will send it straight to Sara when we get off of here too, so she can go check that out. Anything could be helpful, even for her to send to the police. Maybe they can check out the Instagram, see if there's anything in there. You never know what, she could, maybe she could have any kind of social media account. You might just not know about them all, right? We all have things people don't even
Yeah.
realize or whatever.
Yeah. I didn't even think about Instagram.
I didn't either,
And Marissa,
actually. I don't never even went over there.
she always changes her hair, so but her face is the same. So if she was spotted, she wouldn't have the same black and blonde braids. She would have
Right.
taken them out now. But
That's
she,
why I showed this photo earlier, because I thought it was important, because I figured right now she might not have her hair done. Let me share this one back up again. Thank you for saying that, because so I grabbed a whole bunch of them, all different ones, but I thought it was important to grab one where it was just her, all natural. Like that way people can spot her easier, like everybody looks different when they don't have their makeup on and their hair's not done. Like sometimes my hair is a little bit more frizzy and curly. It's not straight, or it's straight and it's not curly. So
yeah, she went all out there with all the different hair colors. As far as makeup, the only thing she would wear would be false lashes and a little bit of light brown lip liner with clear lip gloss. That was all the makeup. She really didn't do makeup.
She really didn't need makeup. She's
No.
beautiful. I noticed she didn't cake on makeup. I noticed she's very natural.
Yeah. Well,
So
with 5
beautiful.
kids, you don't have to put on makeup all the time.
That's also true. Yeah. Let me see if there's anything. Let me see if there's another photo like this one. Let me just check before we get off of here. I want to try to get out. Let me see if I have a full. Let me show this one too. I'm going to show a full body picture standing next to her mom. I think it's important you guys are able to see her standing up, like her whole body, because she's missing. She needs to be found. Every single thing about her, the way she stands, her legs, everything is so important for people to see and have eyes on. And she also looks so happy standing next to you too.
Yeah. I mean, we have the best time together. Life is just so dull and empty.
I'm sure. I'm sure it is. And I really hope that we can help in some small way. Even we may not be able to find her, but getting her out there and getting her name out there can really make all the difference in the world. So I know a lot of people came in here tonight saying they're in that area, they're close to that area, and I'm hoping this can help. And we can link back up, Sara. We can talk anytime. If you ever want me to go live at any time, just let me know. I will make time for you anytime. And just let me know when is good for you.
Okay.
If you want to come back again, even this week, I can make time whenever. If you think of something that we didn't get to tonight, we can go back over some things and I'll fire up a live anytime for you. No problem at all.
If you go through the things that I sent and you think there's more to put out there, I'm definitely be available.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me grab the poster that Dutch made again before we get off of here. I want to go over information one more time before we log off for the evening. Let me just get her poster. And again, I'm so sorry that your daughter is missing.
I
I'm sure it feels it probably feels like it's not even real. Like you probably cannot even believe that this is happening to you.
Yes, there are times where I just, is this, really happening? I just could never imagine that this. Who gives somebody the right to take my child? She belongs to me, not any of them. She was
That's right.
25 and still lived at home. She didn't want to leave home.
I hope that she comes home to you, Sara. I really hope
I
she
just
ends
that
up back home.
that would just be, I just can't even put into words the joy and relief that would be to so many people.
Especially your kids. They're in CPS custody right now without their mom.
Yeah.
And they were not there before. So we're going to go back over this. It's Marissa K. Carmichael. She was last seen on January 14th, 2024 in Greensboro, North Carolina at the Exxon 809 East Marcus Street, Greensboro in Guilford County, North Carolina. She's 25 years old, biracial, black and blonde braids at the time of her disappearance. Brown eyes, she's 5'4", and she's 260 pounds. According to her family, Marissa went to the gas station after leaving a nightclub that was 117 Sofa Bar or Sofa Lounge. What is it called?
Bar and lounge.
Okay. 117 Bar and Lounge in Greensboro. At the Exxon, she called 911 saying she had been robbed. I don't know where I am in Greensboro. I just got all my stuff thrown out of the car. He took off with my phone, and I have no clue where I'm at, Marissa told dispatchers in the 911 call. She has a heart tattoo on her face and a butterfly near her eye. Mom, can you explain the other tats again one more time?
She has a sparrow on her outer forearm or inner forearm. Some little sparrows with the words, "We part to meet again." On her chest, she has a pinkish red flower and it says Ohana. On her other inner forearm, she has some dandelions and some little butterflies. On her outer thigh, she has a huge rose, and then she has a small heart on one of the top of her feet. Um, she's got distinctive tattoos.
Thank you. Miss Carmichael was last seen wearing a white Tweety Bird t-shirt, blue jeans, and a yellow sneakers. Please call Crime Stoppers at 336-373-1000, or you can send an anonymous tip online at p3tips.com. Please, if you're out there listening and you know anything, you can submit an anonymous tip. You can be kept anonymous. You do not have to state who you are to law enforcement. That really is a thing. This woman has 5 children waiting for her. If you know something, please speak up. Please say something. And I'm going to show one more time the photo of her at the gas station. Sorry about that, Sara. Go ahead.
And her purse and belongings are still missing. Now, if they came across belongings in her purse, unless it was me or her sister, they wouldn't know because it's, like her hair glue or some of her little press-on nails or the bracelets her kids made her. Those sort of things you may overlook and think nothing of them. If you see them laying on the ground, me and Emma, we would recognize them.
Everything matters in this situation. And I want to thank you, Sara, for taking your time tonight and coming up here. I'm happy to help you anytime. Just reach out. You'll have my contact information, and we're here for you. There's a whole community of people here that care about your daughter.
Thank you.
You're so
and I
welcome.
hope she gets home. How many people care about her and wanted her home?
I hope she gets to see that. I really do. And thank you guys for being here today. I really appreciate the support for this stream. Share out if you don't want to share out my stream, that's perfectly fine. Share out the photos, take screenshots from this live stream, take any information you see here, share it on your platform. It would mean so much. Let's try to bring her
Yes,
home.
please.
All right, guys, I'm going to end this stream. Thank you so much for being here and have a great night. Anything you want to say, Sara, before I end this?
Just
And if
keep your
Marissa
eyes
was listening, if there's anything you would say to her, what would you say?
just try to get a hold of phone. I would say try to get away, but I wouldn't, want her to put herself at risk. If she's smart, she would know there's an opportunity to get a phone or get away. Please do it, and just know that we're looking and we're not gonna stop. We're not gonna stop looking. And you know, she's seen all these pictures of hers that I've shared. That she said, "Don't post that, Mom. I want her to come home so she can fuss at me about sharing all of her pictures that I've had in my phone."
Thank you so much,
Just
Sara, and I hope you get a good night's sleep tonight. I do hope that this maybe will help you sleep a little better, knowing that she's being shared out there. And again, you can get in contact with me anytime.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I
All
will.
right, guys.
Good night.